to work on the zone of interest. Jonathan Glazer's harrowing Holocaust drama about the domestic life of an Auschwitz commandant and his family. Polish cinematographer Lukasz Zal had to forget everything I was taught about making beautiful images. Glazer's film, loosely adapted from the 2014 novel of the same name by Martin Amis, follows the seemingly mundane activities of Auschwitz commandant Rudolf Höss and his wife Hedwig, played by Christian Friedl and Sandra Hüller, as they strive to build a dream life for their family in their house and garden next to the camp. The smooth, stunning monochrome aesthetic Zal perfected on his Oscar-nominated lensing of Pawlikowski's Ida and Cold War would not do for Glazer's story, which aimed to evoke the banality of evil by refusing to show Höss and Hedwig as anything but what they were, ordinary, even boring, people who carried out unspeakable evil. For Zal, the challenge was to strip away what he calls the Hollywood approach of fetishizing history with beautiful actors and beautiful light, wearing beautiful uniforms to find an ugly, objective way to show evil as something ordinary, like mending a coat or cleaning the floor. What made you want to be involved in this project? John sent me the script and remember reading it and being completely smashed by it. I had never seen this kind of approach to a Holocaust film. This wasn't the Hollywood approach to this kind of story, which I think often can fetishize this history, even when it comes to how the characters are shown, the way the uniforms are depicted, even the use of color and dark shadows. Here Jonathan wanted everything to be bright and light, everything looking so nice and light and normal. I remember reading this and thinking, I want to do that. I want to shoot this film because I've never seen anything like this before, and it goes to the core of something I'm personally very interested in, which is why people do evil, how people can treat killing like something ordinary, like mending a coat or cleaning the floor. How did you and Jonathan Glazer go about translating that idea, the banality of evil, into a visual language? We were talking about this, and I realized that for this film, I needed to forget everything I was taught in terms of lighting, in terms of manipulating an image, the whole procedure of trying to capture moments, trying to interpret reality with my camera. This would be the complete opposite. It was completely against typical Hollywood cinema, that style of trying to tell the story with nice lighting and close-ups that draw you into the emotions of a scene, of the characters. Our approach was completely different, to create a completely unattractive, unappealing, almost objective imagery. The most important aspect was not to fetishize the image, not to judge, not to make any decisions you would usually make as a director of photography. John and I said at the beginning the camera in this film should be like a big eye that sees everything. Of course, we did make some aesthetic choices, but I was trying to limit my impact on this film as much as possible, to just forget about my approach to aesthetics, to composition, and just set up the framing in the most simple way possible. What did that mean in practice? It meant embracing a completely different approach, embracing natural light, even the ugly light. When I was taught at school, where we're also told to shoot with a nice backlight or in the golden hour, when the light is most beautiful. Here we were shooting at 12 noon, at 1 p.m., 2 p.m., at 3 o'clock, when the light is most harsh. For me, it was extremely exciting, because it was completely against this idea of making beautiful images. Instead, what was beautiful to me about our images for the film was how honest and how real they looked.